led by Nelson Gill, a name you can count on. Street, strip, or heavy haul, Boss Hog torque converters are built to handle it. No shortcuts, no nonsense, just torque that delivers. Call today, 888-267-7464. Or stop by 2817 East Avalon Avenue, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Boss Hog Torque Converters. Boss Hog Torque Converters, built for the working man, driven by legacy. Got an idea for a C10 song? Maybe it's your grandpa's old pickup, your first cruise down Main Street, or that truck you've been building in the garage for years. Now's your chance to turn that dream into reality. Text your C10 song idea to texasrich@c10americamagazine.com, and you just might hear your very own story turned into a custom C10 song. Right here with C10 America Talks.
Down by the ocean where the palm trees sway, there's an old Chevy truck where the surfers play. White walls shining in the California sun, 3 on the tree, and she's ready to run. Wooden longboards riding in the back, everybody knows that old beach shack. Chrome bumpers glowing like a summer dream, rolling down the coast in my C10 machine. It's my surf shack C10, where the good times never end. Catch a wave in the morning, cruise the boulevard again. With a V8 rumble and the radio loud, she's the coolest little pickup around. Salt in the air and sand on my feet, surf shack C10, rolling down the street. Girls on the boardwalk waving hello, Beach Boys playing on the old radio. Sunset colors on that Chevrolet paint. She ain't brand new, but there ain't one complaint. Wax on the boards and wax on the hood, life by the water sure feels good. From Malibu nights to a Saturday ride, got my C10 and the ocean by my side. It's my surf shack C10, where the good times never end. Catch a wave in the morning, cruise the boulevard again. With a V8 rumble and the radio loud, she's the coolest little pickup around. Salt in the air and sand on my feet, surf shack C10, rolling down the street. Hang 10, drop gears, let that small block sing.
neon flickers on the sidewalk. Memphis night alive. Boot steps echo down the pavement where the blues still thrive. From the days at theater to Club Handy's old stage glow, every corner's got a heartbeat from 100 years ago. I passed by Rum Boogie Cafe, hear a guitar cry, like a king of blues still bending notes that never die. And I swear I hear a piano rolling through the night, like Fats Domino's still playing somewhere out of sight. I'm walking with the legends on Bill tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. Every doorway's got a story, every shadow's got a name, and the ghosts of the music still fan the flame. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on Bill. They say a young man once walked here, quiet, watching every move, learn the soul of every rhythm, every Memphis groove. Elvis Presley found his fire in these midnight sounds. Now his echo rides the breeze when the sun goes down. I feel a Lucille crying in the humid air tonight. That sweet sting of 6 steel strings cutting through the night. You can hear B.B. King in every note that lingers on, like he never really left, just kept playing on. I'm walking with the legends on Bill tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. From the stages to the sidewalks, every scar and stain still carries every chorus, every loss and gain. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on Bill. Some are names in neon, some are carved in stone, some just live forever in a broken microphone. But they all come back when the night rolls in, and that old street starts to sing again. I'm walking with the legends on Bill tonight. Hear them laughing in the distance, just out of sight. Every step I take, I ain't alone at all. I can feel them in the rhythm of this southern call. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on Bill. Just a man and a memory, and a street that never sleeps.
born beneath an Oklahoma sky, a guitar and a dream in a young man's eyes. Worked the oil fields, earned every dime. The Nashville came calling right on time. He rode in singing, should have been a cowboy, and the whole world knew that Oklahoma boy. From honky-tonks to sold-out nights, he lived his dreams beneath the lights. He sang about America and small-town pride, about family faith and the cowboy life. He'd raise a glass, said, "I love this bar," then drive us all a little farther. He gave his heart in every show, from the Grand Ole Opry to the USO. Though he's gone, his music won't be gone too long. Toby Keith left us a country song. He stood beside the men in uniform through desert nights and every storm. An American soldier knew he cared, because Toby was always there. He'd take us on an American ride, with laughter and tears side by side. Sometimes he'd sing a beer for my horses, sometimes he'd make the whole room smile. He never forgot where he came from, an Oklahoma heart through and through. He'd laugh out loud with a red Solo cup and tell the truth like only he could do. Still as good as I once was, he'd grin with that cowboy spark still shining within. He lived life loud, he lived life free, and left that spirit here for you and me. He fought his final battle with courage and grace, never letting life erase that smile upon his face. He reminded us all, no matter how hard life gets, don't let the old man in. So raise your hat beneath the stars, turn his music up in every car. From how do you like me now, to the songs we're singing now, his Oklahoma heart still beats. Anywhere a country radio speaks, legends never really say goodbye. They just keep riding across the sky. Thank you, Toby, for the songs, the laughter, the patriotism, the love of America, and for never forgetting where you came from. Your voice may be quiet now, but your music will live forever.
Tired of the same recycled playlists and ready for something with real energy? Turn your dial, or better yet, go online and lock this in. Introducing the Edge Radio US, based out of Louisiana, and streaming worldwide at theedgeradious.com. This isn't just another internet station. This is where rock and roll live. Everything from the classics that built the foundation to the new bands that are lighting it up today. All genres, all eras, all real music. With over 49,000 listeners per minute worldwide, the Edge Radio US is bringing people together through sound, attitude, and pure music culture. Stream it free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and take it anywhere you go. And it doesn't stop at music. The Edge also features talk shows covering racing, faith-based topics, celebrity news, new music, and everything in between. There's something for everybody on the dial. Behind it all is Johnny Blender down in Louisiana. Not just running the station, but building hot rods, classic cars, and muscle machines out of his shop in true gearhead fashion. Wanna get involved? Email edgeradious@gmail.com. Sponsorships and show opportunities are available. That's the Edge Radio US, where music, motors, and real talk meet. All right, gearheads, listen up. If horsepower runs through your veins and the smell of high octane feels like home, then you need to roll on over to Loaded Dice Speed Shop. We're talking real deal hot rod performance, custom builds, engine upgrades, fabrication, and the kind of detail that turns a weekend cruiser into a street legend. From classic muscle cars to full-blown custom rides, Loaded Dice Speed Shop puts the power where it belongs, under your right foot. Need more torque? Want more speed? Or just want your ride to sound meaner than it looks? They've got you covered, built by people who live it, driven by passion, and tuned for the street and the strip. So quit rolling the dice on second-rate work and put your keys in the hands of the crew that gets it done right. Loaded Dice Speed Shop, where every build is a sure bet. If you're bringing a classic truck back to life, you already know. When it comes to the bed, the details matter. That's where Trucks USA, led by Jay Pruitt, comes in. Located at 2924 Highway 72 East, Abbeville, South Carolina, 29620. Trucks USA specializes in one thing: providing high-quality classic truck bed parts, so you can rebuild your bed the right way, clean, solid, and built to last. Whether you're restoring a farm truck, a weekend cruiser, or a full frame-off project, the bed is what ties it all together. And Trucks USA makes sure you got the parts to bring it back to life the way it was meant to be. Check them out online at ClassicTruckBedParts.com. That's ClassicTruckBedParts.com. Need to get in touch? Email Jay at ClassicTruckBedParts.com or call 864-227-6220. That's 864-227-6220. Trucks USA in Abbeville, South Carolina, because a great build starts with a solid bed. packing up my life for a brand new start. A little white church and a hopeful heart. She said a man don't need all this old stuff around, all those dusty memories stacked on the ground. Old concert shirts and a fishing pole, a toolbox worn from 1,000 rolls. She smiled sweet, but her words cut in. Said a married man don't live like this. She wanted me to sell my C10. Said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow, leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend through every mile and every bend. So I told that girl with a steady grin, honey, I ain't selling my C10. She said that truck's just rust and steel, but it's more than that behind the wheel. First kiss parked by a county road, first paycheck when I drove it home. Every dent's got a story to tell, every mile's like a ringing bell of nights with friends in a small town sky. That old truck's where my years rolled by. She wanted me to sell my C10. Said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow, leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend through every mile and every bend. So I told that girl with a steady grin, honey, I ain't selling my C10. And then one night she drew the final line, said that old truck or this love of mine. I stood there thinking a minute or two about the road and the life I knew. I might never see another C10 again, but I'd see that girl every day till the end. So I grabbed my keys and I shut that door. Said, darling, you can head on down the road. Well, I was driving down the road the other day when I saw them pulled over on that old highway. Her and her new man in that electric ride broke down their eyes looking at me in disbelief. So I pulled my old C10 off to the side, asked them both if they needed a ride. They just stood there staring at me while I laughed and drove off in my old C10. Well, I found me a prettier gal with blonde hair and a smile that lights up everywhere. She loves the sound of that small block roar and that old bench seat and a 3-speed floor. She said, keep that truck, don't ever let it go. That old C10's got a heart and soul, and every time that engine runs, I know I made the right move back then. She wanted me to sell my C10. Said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow, leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend
C10.
Live from our new studio in Fort Worth, Texas, it's C10 America. And now, here's your host, giving up for Texas Rich!
Hey, what's up, guys? Recorded, but I do that all the time to check, the recorder, see if, the recorder is working. Hey, what's up? We're recording for YouTube. We're recording for, the podcast. We're not streaming live to Facebook because I didn't want to do a live stream tonight. We're just recording for the two platforms we have. For Spotify, we're doing a Spotify a recording here. For the dynamic duo, we got Dan Jackson and his son Anthony Jackson on the show tonight. It'll be awesome. We're gonna kind of see if we can't give them a couple things to think about. We have I told Dan to call in the show about 7:45, so we're at 7:37. So I wanted him to call in maybe a little before 8:00. If you know us, our new music Mondays. We do everything at about 8:00, give or take. But I wanted Dan to call in, a little earlier. Dan and Anthony, they're calling in from, check it out, Las Vegas, Nevada. They're calling in from, the Sin City to give us an hour of, their time. And we're recording, not, live. Like I said, we're recording. And this will be up on Spotify tomorrow evening. And then I think we'll take it and we'll have it on YouTube. And then we'll throw it over on, Facebook as well, too. So it'd be awesome. So anyways, folks, I don't know if you have seen our metal prints or metal features. We just started doing show prints, and the show prints, they only come in one size, and that's 20 by 30 show prints. Show boards are awesome because pretty much you guys and gals can take them out there to all your shows, all your events, out there. And what's so cool about our show board, they're on metal, so you don't gotta worry about them getting wet with the overdo the dew in the morning, or bowing, or ripping, or kind of oxidizing, falling apart, stuff like that you do have with other prints. And our prints being metal, if they do get water on them, you wipe them off. If they do get dirty and dusty, you just wipe them off, and they're good to go, man. Pardon me. They're pretty much, unless they're pretty much like indestructible. I mean, what do I say? I mean, sure, they'll get messed up if you make them and you want them to, But if you take care of them, then, they're going to last an awful long time. And I tell you what, guys, they're going to last, a heck of a long time more than, a print done on, on paper or, foam board or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. I do see these, these show boards out there. However, I've never seen any metal show boards out there. The only ones I've seen, they're like either acrylic, they're plastic, or they're anything but metal, and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, we're at 41 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. We have 4 minutes, and Dan and Anthony should be calling in the studio. Hope you guys like the music we're playing here in the studio for you guys out there to kind of enjoy the interview experience. We don't just want to boom come on real quick with the interview and then get off. I'd rather kind of come on, play some music, talk to you guys for a bit, and all that, and then have the guys, whoever we're interviewing, call in so you guys can hear them calling in on the studio line. Anyways, guys, if you're out there watching us and you're on YouTube right now, or you're on the podcast right now listening, and you have a cool awesome unique story you want to call in, and not right now, but calling like say maybe another time, whatever. We'll put you on the podcast so you can talk about your entire story. Maybe it might be that a truck that you got from grandma and grandpa, or mom and dad left you that truck. Maybe it's your first truck from back in high school. Maybe it's the first truck you got when you were 15. We want to hear those kind of stories. And I think our listeners out there, they enjoy hearing these awesome stories. I have a friend of mine, Joseph, real quick. Joseph, he's from New York, I think, upstate New York or whatever. And he was working on a C10 truck. And he said, thank God, thank you guys for doing new music Mondays, because he was underneath his truck working, and he listened to the entire podcast, and that was awesome. We're at 44 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. We got 1 minute to go, and then Dan is gonna be calling in with his son Anthony. We're gonna get the dynamic duo on the phone. We're gonna talk to them, see what they're doing, to see if we can't pick their brain for an hour. Excuse me. So remember, guys and gals out there, this interview is about like an hour. It runs for an hour, so it hasn't started quite yet. So if you want to go run out to the kitchen, get something to drink, get some popcorn, something like that, and hightail it back in here, that would be, awesome. So we're at 7:45 right now. He hasn't, called yet. We gave him, the studio number, but then I had to give him this phone number because the studio line is, kind of dead. We need to charge, that phone. I did not even think about charging, that telefono, guys. We're gonna wait and see if Dan calls in here, and we're looking at the phone right now, and he hasn't yet. I gave him the right number here, so gave him the right number. Is it there on? Okay, let's see. Okay. See if he calls in right now. All right, we gave him the right number, so I gave him the right number. That phone was dead, so I gave him the other number to call in from. So he'll be calling in. Dude, hold on one sec. Call. So, yeah, he said, I said, now, right now, and he said, now what, and, I gave him the old number to call in. He's an hour behind us, and it is almost 8 o'clock here. So it is 7:48 here. So that means it is 6:48 there. So at 7 their time, it's 8 o'clock, our time. Let's see if I get a podcast. Let's see. As I have him caught right now. See if he calls. No, normally I have the other phone, going and all that. Let's see. Okay, well, you know what? This phone is so screwy. Yeah, I forgot my telephone. I have like caller ID, so if the number coming in does not recognize you, it goes right to voicemail. if you're not in, my settings or, my contacts, it sends you right to my voicemail. I don't have that set up like that on, the business, number, but I do on, you know, the personal cell phone number. Let's see here. Phone number. See if it works. Okay. Okay. It's not letting me. I don't know why it's not letting me call.
Good morning.
Hey, good afternoon. Is this Dan? Hey,
Could be.
could be. Hey, is Anthony there around?
No, are we off on times because it's only 6 o'clock?
Uh no, I said probably about 8 o'clock my time. So
What
you're,
time
you're
is it there?
I'm 7:52, almost 8 o'clock my time. So
Oh,
I think you're 6:52.
no, I'm at 6 o'clock right now.
You're at 6 right now.
Yeah.
We're at, so you're like 2 hours behind us, I guess.
I thought it was only one, but
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead. No, do you want to do it? Because Anthony's just a block away. He'll be over here in a minute.
Oh, that's okay. We can start with you. We're rolling right now. We're live right now.
Oh, I'm glad.
I mean, not live. I'm only recording for Spotify, and then I'm
Right.
recording for YouTube, not live in the
Okay.
group. But if you can tell everybody out there, who I'm talking to, where you're from, a little about you.
Yeah, basically, originally born and raised in Westchester County, New York, in White Plains and Armonk. Came out to California for my last 2 years of school up Northern California, then graduated up in Antioch, California. Went to work for the family company, which is the little wire ties you get around and tie your bread bag up with.
Yep.
That's us. I designed and built those machines and make billions and billions of them.
Re-
And so it was fun. It was a great thing. But I really got involved with the fire service. Went in the fire service for a few years, and then ended up being in the building department in Bullhead City, Arizona. And then we moved up here to Vegas. I was a senior building inspector up here in Vegas, and that's kind of where we kind of came from and evolved from.
How do you like it in Vegas?
You know, Vegas is a unique town. I've been in the desert since '73. And being 73 years old, I'm getting a little tired of the heat. But we do our stuff early in the morning. Vegas is a very, I don't want to put it, convenient town. You got a grocery store and a gas station on every corner.
Oh
But
yeah,
we're also,
yeah.
yeah, we're also starting getting, the traffic and just thousands of people are moving here just constantly. We live up in the Northwest, kind of out by Mount Charleston.
Okay.
And when I came up here in 2005 for working for Clark County, we were up in basically the same area, and it was nothing, even in that short amount. Well, 20 years, it's grown immensely, especially up in the Northwest.
Now, are you guys is there like traffic out there too? You know,
I'm sorry, is there what, Rich?
is there traffic up there by you, like down in, around, downtown Vegas and all that?
Yeah, bet. I mean, it's Highway 95 now they call it Interstate 11. But anyway, yeah, but it's just a lot. There's just a lot of congestion. The streets and stuff, were never, I don't think anybody in their right mind or half of mind ever thought Vegas would be as big as it did or as it become. And so the roads were, small. They had to keep adding lanes. There's not a street in this town that's not under construction at one time.
Really? Oh man, I remember going back to I would go to Vegas all the time with mom and dad, growing up and all that. And then
Hmm.
me and some friends, when we started the Hot Rod magazine back in 2018, we would go to SEMA up there, and I definitely saw a change after I moved here to Texas. Going to Vegas, you see everything in a fast pace lifestyle. And then
Yep.
when you get back here, everything is like slower pace. And I remember, the first year I went to SEMA, I had been here for 5 years. So I've been away from everything for about 5 years. So I step off the plane in Vegas, and I'm like, oh, holy Jim. And everybody's driving so quick, I mean, it was like a Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I remember coming back here back in '74. It was nice. You could drive anywhere you wanted around town, and sure, it was spread out. But now all the spread out areas are all filled in. Kathy keeps her horse just about a couple miles away from here, behind one of the casinos.
Okay.
And yeah, this gal's been here for 60 years. And I said, "Boy, you've seen it all." She goes, "Hell, half the houses that are around me came off of they were little shacks down there at Nellis Air Force Base, and they got moved. They
Oh,
got moved, and they stuck them up here."
jeez. Hey, didn't they? Did they take down the old Mirage Hotel?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's so many of them gone anymore. I can't even keep track. Even up here in the Northwest, or even the west side of town on Boulder Highway. No, I'm sorry, not Boulder Highway, Rancho. They took down the big Texas station. They took down, there was two station things there. Now they're going to build houses,
Oh,
where they are. So I think the casinos really could be close to reaching, how far do we want to go? You know, they're having so many problems, and I don't even go. I mean, very rarely we go down to the strip. Kathy and I will go down and have an anniversary dinner, or
yeah.
birthday dinner with Anthony and Jen and them. But it's so crowded, so congested. Even in locals, we don't get a break on parking. We got to pay $25 every time we open our door. So no, who wants to do that?
Yeah,
You know.
I know. Are they gonna? Is there plans on building something like where the Mirage was, or houses, or what?
You know, yeah, everything. If they tore something down within a year, it was built. I mean, when
Yeah.
they tore down when they tore down the Tropicana. Matter of fact, one of the last jobs I did was at the Tropicana, when Wayne Newton was moving his show in for his final show, and they were
Yeah.
talking about closing it down. And I was amazed. Next thing I know, this thing is on the ground, and we just went to the airport. My daughter up, she got back from her deployment, and she came down to visit. And I went down by the airport, right on the strip in Trop, and they got that damn ballpark half built already.
Oh no way. Who
Yeah,
who
it's
who's moving up there to the
they're
ballpark?
moving. We took another team away from Oakland, so we got the Oakland A's coming down.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's
So anyway, yeah, that's coming along. It was Anthony just walked in.
oh right on. There he is. Hey,
So
if
anyway, yeah, it's the place is just growing by leaps and bounds. Anthony works for the hi Jen, Dill. Anthony works for the water district here in town.
Okay.
And we get to talking to him. He can tell he got some exciting news. But
Right.
so anyway, yeah, we finally got together on this thing.
Right on. That's awesome. If I can, let me go back to the beginning. Where did all your passion come from? Then I'll jump over to Anthony in a minute.
Okay. Where did your passion come from?
Oh, it was funny. I always kind of liked cars. I was never crazy like I am now. But when I married Kathy 46 years ago, her brother Rick and her brother Rob were both car enthusiasts, and even her older sister was always having Opel GTs or some kind of Corvette or something. Her brother Rick, her oldest brother, he was a nomad guy. He was in and out of
Okay.
nomads. He was president of Southern California Nomads a couple times, what I understand. And he was just amazing. He said, "I'm going to go out in the garage and rebuild this Holly carburetor." And I go, "No, you're not." Half an hour later, we walk back in. Yeah, it's done. So I started watching him and watching the cars. He was really good about buying cars. He knew what to buy. He knew what the market was and all that. So anyway, he really kind of got me going. And Robbie was the Mopar guy in the family. And and then Kathy, my God, I thank God I married a hot rod girl. She was always
Thank
involved. She always had
God.
horses. Thanks God. And the Greyhound, she's here. But
Hi,
anyway,
Kathy.
she's out in the other room with my
Oh,
daughter-in-law.
okay.
But anyway, no, she's a hot rod girl. She's had Challengers and all kinds of, and since we've been together, we always built her something. But she's got a DNA problem. It's called lead foot, and so anything I build for her has got to have horsepower. So that's where Anthony comes in.
Right on. I have a new T-shirt coming out. It says, "I don't have a C10 problem. I have a storage problem." And hopefully my wife don't hear this because she's like, "No, you ain't getting no C10."
Well, I heard you talking, I don't know, yesterday or a couple days ago about, you want to maybe get a house and build a garage and, or a little shop and get your shop going.
Yeah.
Give Anthony and I a call. We'll come down and help set it up. We'll spend your money.
Hey. We want to definitely get like a shop all set up. I want to build C10 trucks, but I don't want to paint them. I want to just keep them patina.
Yep. Your Anthony's right behind you.
Maybe do like, a brand new engine, the firewall inside, underneath, everything except for, the paint. Keep the paint all patina.
Yeah. No, there's patina is real big here in Vegas. It's neat. I mean, there are certain cars that actually look better in patina than they do all fixed up.
No, oh yeah, and plus, if I go to Walmart, I'll take my patina C10. I won't take, a new, paint truck. Probably be like a happy camper. If somebody accidentally hits it and it's patina, might be a little more character to it, but I wouldn't be so happy if I spent like $20,000 for a paint job or more.
Yeah, you can buy the paint for $20,000, then you got to get somebody to do it for you.
Oh, heck yeah. Real quick, Anthony, growing up around your dad, would you say all your passion came from Dad?
I would actually say it did. They went through a lot of vehicles. I vividly remember a 1967 Camaro convertible that they had got. And I remember sitting in the back seat of that car. We were over at a gas station. And my father asked me to hand him the keys to open the trunk for whatever reason. I pulled the keys out of the ignition and I proceeded to throw them across the trunk lid and gave my dad almost a heart attack. And he just gave me this stare, and I was like, "Oh gosh!" I just cowered in the back seat.
You know what? That stare right there, I've got it from my dad. I think all
Yeah.
dads are on like a 1-to-1 number with every dad out there. I got that stare, so that stare is probably worse than your dad saying something to you.
Right. Yeah, it was. But no, no, I was always around around the cars, helping out the garage, holding the flashlight, and
Yep,
being
yep,
yelled at, but not holding it right, or using the tool the
yep.
wrong way, or
I
something like
I
that.
hear it. Yep. Hold it over here, son. Yep. Yep. I've been through all that.
Yeah.
Do you, do
No,
you,
it's
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you're fine. Yeah, just my very first car that I got, I want to say it was an old Volkswagen. I think we've all been there. We've all had like a Volkswagen Beetle, I think, at one point in our lives,
Yeah.
and that kind of got me into uh, the repairs and the maintenance of it. It all just kind of started there, to be honest. It was a Volkswagen that ran when it wanted to, and that's kind of kick-started, honestly. And then getting my '58 Chevy pickup that we picked up out of a junkyard in what was that, Lake Havasu City, and getting that thing together. That was the first big project. Gosh, I think I was what, 13 or 14 when we first started that project, and that's really what got me into it and to where we're at right now.
What is there? Is there like any build that you would say you would want to do again with Dad?
Oh my gosh, you know what?
All of them?
I would say anything with my father to spend time with them for sure.
Right on. Now, I gotta ask: is there something that you and your dad worked on that you thought it was going right, but at the last minute it kind of took a detour?
Hmm. Honestly, I don't think so. Um, we planned them out pretty good. I think oh my gosh.
Oh, the Salem 66 Chevelle.
Oh yes. So yeah, I know. Sorry, this is you guys are C10s, but we got to talk about the Chevelle.
No, go for it.
It
Go
was
for it.
it was a '66 Chevelle that they had found. You found it on eBay, right?
Yeah, down in Palm Springs.
Down in Palm Springs. They purchased it. They went down and picked it up in Palm Springs. They brought it back, and this car it looked great from, like, I'm going to say 22 feet, but by the time we started really tearing into it, it was just a mess. It was littered with rust, a lot of just mediocre rust repair done, and the more you looked at it, just the worse it got. The one of the best things that car probably had was a freshen up. I think it was a 383, and it had a 3-speed auto. It had a 400 transmission in it, and around here, we like to drive our vehicles. So the first thing I recommended was put a 700 R4 in it to get those cruising RPMs down. And we did that along with new wiring harness, because it had the original wiring harness in it that's been hacked on and then hacked on, and then it was just horrendous. There was just so much wiring that was just tapped into it. It's amazing the thing didn't burn down, to be honest. But it got to the point where, mechanically it was good, but the body was literally just falling apart on it. And they ended up parting ways with it. And it was probably a good thing, because, he got to put a little more time into his C10 and got my mother her Nova and stuff. So it all worked out in the end.
So what do you think got you and your dad both into C10s?
It's just the trucks themselves. Trucks, they're a great hot rod. They're a multi-purpose hot rod. They look great, and you could go down to Home Depot and put some wood back there for your backyard project. Yeah, I can. Yeah, him not so much anymore. Mine's still a long bed. We shortened his up,
Yeah.
but it's just being a multi-purpose hot rod really is what it really is. And the classic styling, the 67 to 72 truck is just timeless. They look great stock. They look good. Hot rodded, lowered, the 20s, the bags, they all look fantastic. But being able to multi-purpose these vehicles is the best thing.
What do you think your dad would say would be, the favorite build for each one of you guys or both of you guys?
Oh my gosh, the favorite build.
Probably the C10.
Probably his 67 C10.
Why?
Because it started out, the truck was already really good when we first got it. It still had the inline six in it. It was fairly rust free. The paint was good on it. The interior was good, and being able to really take that truck and turn it into what we did. What we did now, and being able to work on it together with him, show him, the ways of the LS swap and all that stuff, because the LS swap is essentially kind of like the new small block Chevy, what everyone did back in the early 90s and stuff. That's the LS is the new small block Chevy swap. And he's always been a Gen 1 carbureted guy. And I was the one to introduce him to the fuel injection and the turnkey drivability and the power. So that would be probably our most favorite one we've done together for sure.
Now, how long did it take your trucks, from start to where they sit now?
So his truck, what was it, Dad? About 6 months? Yeah, probably 5 or 6 months, because we already started out with a great vehicle, and that's pretty much key to anyone listening. Spend the extra money and find yourself a vehicle that's already really good, because in the long run it's going to save you so much more money, especially in the paint and body work. We're not paint and body guys. I'm a mechanic by trade, and my father's very handy with the wrench too. So get it mechanically done was the easy part, but you could save yourself a lot of headaches finding yourself a vehicle that's already as far as the paint and body is you're much better off starting off that route. And gosh, my truck, my green 70, I actually purchased that from a coworker, Roland Hall. And he purchased it from a gentleman in Arizona. And like all of us, we get a new project and you're really excited. So he gets to his place 8 years ago, starts tearing it apart, orders all the parts, and I think 1 or 2 or 3 weeks later, he ends up buying himself a brand new Tesla.
Oh.
And and then unfortunately the truck just sat in his garage with all torn apart, with all new parts, all boxed up on his shelves, and it sat there for 8 years. And I was talking to him at work. I say, "Hey, Roland, what's giving a hard time? What's going on with your truck, man? It's only been 8 years now." And he says, "You know what? Honestly, I'm probably just going to sell it." It's like, well, I'll give you X amount of money and I'll take it, because I'm looking for a truck, man. So I ended up picking it up from him, and I had that thing on the road in 4 months.
Oh, wow. See that right there? That's passion right there. Passion 101.
Exactly. Yeah. No, if you're really excited about getting into something, you get in, you get it done. And I just love seeing these old vehicles, anything old back on the road, because that's really like the ultimate form of recycling, is getting these vehicles back on the road so many other generations could just love and appreciate them,
Now, real quick, we're broadcasting on our worldwide podcast. We have people from Japan, from England, from Saudi Arabia, and they're listening to everything you're saying right now. So if there's somebody out there listening, what little bit of advice can you and your dad give them?
Steady.
Little advice I could give them.
Maybe if there's somebody out there thinking about doing their first build, and they kind of come to a roadblock, they're all, you know what, I'm going to throw in the towel, just walk away, not even do it. What would you tell them?
I would say, gosh, what would I say? We all come to a point in a project where all seems lost. It's probably best to go ahead and just don't get frazzled, don't get upset with it, step away from a little bit. So go spend time with the fam, and just don't get too worked up about it. Oh my gosh. I'm not a really big deep thinker. You're kind of getting me there.
I was talking to everybody in the podcast before we called your dad, and I'm you know what, I'm going to see if I can stump these guys. I was just playing around though, just joking,
It's just, just never give up on it. I mean, it may take you a long time to get your vehicle together, but just think about everything that you're learning from it, and just kind of just power through and just get her done. Like I said, a lot of us can get things done a lot quicker than others, but we're all still learning. Oh yeah, well, you
learn from others. You get on podcasts, you get on like your site, the C10 America. I learned more from a lot of those guys and all the other cars we have. You join a forum. Most of them are pretty good. They're not going to sing you down the dark trail, but at least you're not alone in the problems you're finding.
Yeah.
This is for both of you guys. What do you guys like about C10 America?
Just the camaraderie and all the like-minded people and the appreciation for these trucks. The biggest thing that I really kind of get out of doing this is just helping others, to be completely honest. Nothing brings more of a smile to my face to be able to help someone at a car show who'll come walking up to you is like, hey, I'm trying to do this to my truck and I've seen you done this. How do you do that? I'm like, you know what? I'm more than happy to tell you and give you a hand. That's what it's really all about, this hobby, for sure.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, basically, the same. I feel the same way about it. It's a lot of people. That's what I love about the show. I don't go there. I don't go to shows to win awards. Never have. I've had some really nice cars.
Definitely hear that.
Yeah, and I just go because I like to see the smile on the people's faces.
Yep.
The little kids come up and say, Mister, can I touch your car? Can I sit in your car? And you bet you can. And that's the kind of thing I really enjoy. And the funny thing is too, Rich, with Anthony, I'm extremely proud of him. He, when he was getting ready to get out of high school, I said, what do you think? What are you going to do? I don't know. And I said, well, how about going to Wyotech? And he didn't kick and scream, but he was a little reluctant. He went to Wyotech, and when he got back after, how long were you there?
9 months.
9 months. He got back, and he had a job literally the next day at a dealership, and that's how he all started. He's a world class now.
We're ASC world class certified. Yep.
Oh, cool! How awesome! How long did you go? Only 9 months.
Yeah. This was back in 2003. It was a 6-month automotive technology program, and then 3 months of applied service business management. And after that 9 months, I walked away with a degree in automotive technology and business management.
This one's for Dan, and be honest, has Anthony ever taught you something new that you did not know in the garage?
Have I taught you anything new in the garage?
You kids kidding me, Rich? This kid's forgot more than all of them know. Every time I think I got the answer, he'll walk up behind me and just look over my shoulder and go, oh, what
But hey,
like
that's a father-son thing,
That's how it is,
But it goes both ways too, Rich. Sometimes I'll think about something so hard, And he'll come over and it's like, what do you think it's so hard for? The answer is right here. You do this and do that. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. So
No,
it goes both ways.
no, it does. It does.
Hmm.
What do you guys say would be the farthest, car show, truck show, event show that you've taken the trucks to?
Yeah, Salt Lake City for the C10 Nationals is definitely up there. A lot of great vehicles, a lot of great people, great venue, parked on the grass. The weather is cooler. You're talking to guys from Las Vegas, so
Yeah.
I really appreciate that part. But, the backdrop, the scenery, the trucks, the people, everything was great there. And I would say probably close second would be the Run for the Sun show in Lake Havasu City. We just started going there again a few years ago, and they usually average between 600 to 800 vehicles there.
Oh,
And
wow.
again,
That's awesome.
it's a big show. Absolutely, it's on the golf course. Again, you parked on the grass. Yeah, right next to the London Bridge Resort there, right by the lake. The venue's great, the people are great, and again, that's what makes this hobby great, is being able to get out and speak to all of your fellow hobbyists and just help each other out and just talk about the passion and everything. So, yeah.
What if you had to say one thing you're good at, or your dad's good at, in the garage building, what would that be? And then Dan, if you could say one thing Anthony's good at building or doing in the garage, what would that be? It, Anthony, go ahead.
I'm good at spending his money.
All right, I'll be up there tomorrow. I need to come up there, and me and Anthony will go to win.
What are you good at? What's not you good?
What was?
Are you still talking?
No, what's something that you're good at, Ben?
I enjoy wiring. I can do the mechanical.
Oh yeah, wiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Anthony shows me what nuts and bolts to turn, I can do that. But it gets into wiring. I've been wiring since I was about 5 years old. My dad did it as a hobby. He wired houses, and he used to run me up in Massachusetts. He used to tie all the wires to my belt and make a home run for him at the other side of the house.
Let's see here. What
And
would,
I would say,
Go ahead.
I don't have as much patience for the wiring like he does. He doesn't mind sitting in the garage and sitting on the stool and just doing his thing. But there's actually a running joke over at my work. I do a lot of wiring at work. I do a lot of vehicle upfits and stuff. And I'm actually the only one in the shop who's actually colorblind. And I'm the one who does all the wiring.
Yeah, my dad's colorblind too, and he thinks red is brown sometimes, but he's done all the wiring. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I have. I think it's like a red green blindness, but we still get it done. I haven't burnt anything down yet.
well then that's good. What's the biggest modification you did to your truck, and why?
Well, mine was pretty much a complete build. Anthony's real good about talking me into shortening the beds on trucks.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I kind of like the long bed, but I'm kind of glad I did this one, especially with the black. For some reason, I like a short bed black truck. That's good. So we bought the kit, and we had the body off and had the cab off, and then we took the frame right over your house. So,
Yeah, we
headed over to his shop. He's got the lift over there, and we bought the brothers shortening kit, I believe.
Brothers shortening kit, yes.
And Anthony go, oh yeah, you just line them up with this, you do this, you cut this, you do this. Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. Literally had that thing cut in half, put back together, bolted and welded fully in what, 2.5?
I was gonna say it was only about 3 hours. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty quick. Jeez.
There was, and my biggest undesire was to rebuild the bed, to shorten it up and
Yeah.
do all that body work. Like Anthony said earlier, we're not body and paint guys. We get away with it, but it's not going to look as good as it would for somebody that really knows what they're doing. So I said, even though I don't like aftermarket stuff, I called down LA and Classic down there, and I ordered the entire bed except for the floor.
No, you got everything.
The whole thing. And I got here. I went to LA and picked it up. Then I want to pay $2,000 in freight. And so I got it back here. We got it put together, and my neighbor and a couple of his buddies came over. That thing went on there like it was made for it. I mean, it was made for it, but it fit just absolutely perfect. I was so happy about it.
That is awesome.
And going on my truck, my truck's mostly for the most part original. The biggest upgrade on that was the Gen 4 6-liter with the 6L80.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty straightforward anymore. So the biggest challenge I had was on my wife's truck, which is a 53 Chevy 5-window. I bought that truck basically in pieces out of a neighbor's backyard. Had no frame.
Oh, wow.
And so what we ended up doing with that is I've always heard about doing these S10 frame swaps. So we actually ended up going back to our friend's place that I bought the truck from because he had a Chevy S10 sitting in his backyard also. So we went back the next week. I picked up the S10 from him and went ahead and S10 frame swapped that 53 5-window for my wife. And that was it was a pretty big project. I've never done anything like it before, but the aftermarket, all these companies, they have just so much support for, our C10s and the advanced design pickup trucks. Really, anyone, if you're good with your hands and you've got some free weekends and some friends, you could really almost do anything with the aftermarket support. So, the biggest challenge was doing that frame swap for sure, but it ended up coming out great. And my wife she's putting on probably almost 10,000 miles on that vehicle right now. She drives it to work, drives it to the gym at 4 a.m. Ended up being a really good little truck for her.
So is it pretty much a daily for her?
It pretty much is. Yeah, I went, got the old air AC in there for it. It's very much a patina truck.
Okay.
It's got the 5.3 LM7, 4L60E. It's got a 4x4 S10 Blazer rear axle in it. It's every bit as daily as her 2019 Dodge Charger is. So she gets a kick out of it, gets a lot of thumbs up. And I think a lot of people appreciate it because it's a lady driving it. She gets a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah.
Especially from the other females out there too. They see this girl driving this, slam down 53 Chevy, and they're just grinning ear to ear. You go, girl, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but would you say she shares the same passion like you? You
know what? When we first met, gosh, when was that for? I'm glad she's not here because I'm trying to think now. A long time ago, yeah. 12 years ago. 12 years ago. She could care less about the automotive industry, honestly. But I guess I kind of rubbed off on her quite a bit. And she was stoked to find out that I was going to put this 5-window together for her. And we just recently picked up a 1970 Duster that she's pretty much attached herself to. So
cool.
Before I actually came over here, I was actually working on doing some metal work in the engine compartment, but we're going to go ahead and paint that one in violet. So a lot of people would catch me to try to say, oh, you mean plum crazy? It's like, no, it's a Plymouth. It's in violet. So, and her Charger is the plum crazy purple. So she got a pretty big kick out of that I'm going to be going that route with it. But yeah, no, before she could care less about the cars, but she enjoys going to the shows. Our 10-year-old son, he enjoys going to them too. He's asking a lot more questions and wanting to help out in the garage a lot too. So that's just fantastic.
Do you think he has gotten bit by the bug yet, or is Dad trying to get him to get bit by the bug?
Dad is trying to get him bit by the bug for sure. He only 10 years old. He was he's starting to kind of get into it. You know, I kind of had to pull his arm a little bit to come out into the garage, but you know, it puts a smile on my face whenever we go to the show or to like a little Sunday morning get together, and he points out stuff on the other people's cars. They're like, "Dad, is that the engine? Is that the air cleaner there?" I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Is that the cylinder heads?" Like, those are the cylinder heads. And it's like, "Are those long tube headers?" Like, "Yes, you are absolutely right, son."
That's awesome. Hey, when you get stuck on a project, whatever you're doing, what is usually the first thing you call your dad about?
When I get stuck on a project, was my dad the first thing I call him about?
What's your bank account look like?
Yeah, my dad calls me too. He's son, you're a little low on your bank. You need to transfer over some more money. I'm tired of getting all these texts from the bank. You gotta watch your bank account. So yeah, my dad does it too.
You know, I can always rely on my father to give a helping hand. You know, we're only about a block away from each other.
Okay.
So if I'm running into a hard time with something, he's retired now, so he's not doing too much. But he'll come running over and give me a hand on whatever we need. So it's been really it's nice having the folks close by.
And that goes both ways too, Rich.
Then and then I was gonna ask Dan, same thing, but for you.
Same question for you.
Any question for me?
Yeah.
What do I going to answer you about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, before I even buy a car anymore, I forget things, about or things that he hears about.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
follow
yeah.
cars as closely as he does about what to buy. Anthony's real good and about telling me, nah, you don't want that car. I looked at a 67 Lark the other day. He kind of gave me that dead stare, like he's hearing me in the eyes. And but I'm done. I'm done building. But it's just my health. Not my health. I just can't maneuver like I could, and it's getting so darn expensive. That's why it really pays to do your homework and study and look, get online, talk to people, go to car shows. So, if you know anybody that knows how to change a spark plug, ask them how many turns it takes. So you got to know. Because if you don't know, you'll be spending just gobs of money and just throwing it out the window.
What do you think? What is one lesson that both of you guys taught one another?
Oh, what's a lesson we both taught one another? Oh my gosh.
Not to spend that much money?
You know what? Just yes. And get into something that's, we've already talked about this before, getting into something that's maybe not such a huge project. The paint and body thing, the body repair is a big thing. It's, if you could do it, that's great. But there's a lot of joy in, taking a vehicle and then just getting it back on the road again. It's just doing all the mechanical work to it. It's just always, it's a good time.
When you're both working on a project, who usually has the best idea?
Oh, that'd be me.
Hey, I don't mean to start a fight or anything.
Right. I'm just too damn old school. Like Anthony was saying earlier, I was a 350 guy for 100 years. And when he kept, he's the wizard of LSs. He knows LSs inside out, which one to get, which one not to get, what'll fit, what won't fit. And when he finally talked me into my first one was like the 49.
49
five window. And it was a badass little black truck. And we put that thing in there, and I'll tell you what, after we got it in, I started driving it around. I tell everybody, I will never convert back to a carbureted motor. I just won't do it.
All right, guys, if money was no issue at all, what would your dream truck look like?
Oh my gosh. You know what? For me, I would, I did have a 67 C10. I did actually end up selling that to a gentleman local here in Las Vegas who he's currently working on it right now. I would get back into a 67 again because I feel arguably they're the best truck, with the grill, the hood, no side marker lights. I
Body
would get back into
lines.
I would get back into that. I would go a full on aftermarket frame. I would airbag that thing on 20s, LS7, 6 speed. It's just make it a really mean little street truck.
What color would you paint it?
It'd probably be like an ice blue with a white interior.
Oh,
And that's,
that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
And for me, that's courageous for me saying a white interior because if you see me, I have grease covered on me all the time. So.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I remember when when me and Dad had that old Hot Rod magazine back in 2018. I did all the interviews and I did all the photo shoots. I was going out to a guy to shoot his, hot rod in his shop and all that. He's, hey, I got grease and gasoline and oil and everything all over it. Let me clean up before you come. And I'm like, if you clean up, I ain't coming. So it just, to me, it just looks all like you're really working. Why even pick up your tools? Because you're gonna pick them back up tomorrow and keep on working.
Right, exactly.
And Anthony doesn't use tools anymore at work.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's referring. I'm no longer mechanicing at my work. I actually just got to bump up to supervisor. So
Oh,
now I can
okay.
actually.
Congrats.
Thank you. But now I can actually keep this as a hobby, though.
Oh
Keep
yeah,
helping, keep helping the folks out. Concentrate on more of our projects at home. Help the neighbors out. I actually did an engine swap on a 72 Chevelle on our neighbor across the street. He's been driving the piss out of that for months now. And another neighbor, he actually has a 72 GMC long bed. And I got to know him a few months ago. They had just moved in. They're having a garage sale. Came by, said hi. Actually pulled up my 70 C10. He just gravitated to that really quick. And so I've been helping him with his 72 C10. And he's actually putting a K10 frame underneath it.
Oh, how
And
cool.
yeah, exactly. And it's going to be a cool little truck. It's a patinaed out truck. It's still wearing its original white paint. It's going to be really cool. We went ahead and got together his 6-liter LQ9, got that all back together with a BTR hot rod camshaft, valve springs, all the goodies. Just got his long tube headers put on. He's doing a really good job. Again, it's going back to helping our fellow enthusiasts out and showing them all the tips and tricks and all that good stuff.
Now up there in Vegas, is there a lot of C10s up there?
There is quite a few. I feel Vegas is more of kind of like an old school and muscle car
Okay.
kind of town.
Yeah.
But there is their fair share of trucks, and it's usually the 67 to 72 or the square bodies for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think these two trucks have kind of brought the family closer together?
You know what? Yes, we've always been very close. We've always lived close to each other. But having this hobby to share together brings us even more closer together too. That definitely for sure.
What's your favorite memory with your dad that you both shared on these trucks?
You know what? I think I think anyone could probably relate to this is the day you get it running and you take it for that first drive.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah.
Absolutely. He got his first taste of the LS with his black 49 and that was great. And then this black 67 he's got, getting it to first fire up and then drive it away that day was always very memorable, very fun for sure.
What's one thing both of you guys can look back at and laugh about? About the build.
Bills? About the build.
Your build, your dad's build.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were working on my truck, because it was black already, I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it black. And so I did, there was very little rust in the front corners, like usually the C10s have of the door. Fixed all that, got it back together, and I told Anthony, I said, what do you think about paint? And he said, well, we'll try anything. So we ended up going up and bought a inflatable, portable, with a 15 by 30 foot paint booth.
Pop-up paint booth.
Pop-up paint booth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Man, I tell you what, that's the most beautiful thing, most beautiful bounce house I ever seen. And we set it up out here in my shop, or my yard, my side yard, and the garage, and so we just rolled the truck right out. And you know what? That thing worked. We painted the behind the cab,
Interior.
inside of the interior of the cab, the grill, and some other pieces, so I could actually start putting it together. And then I'm going to get it painted afterwards. And that's the last time we used that thing.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Actually, for me, going back to his truck again, it was the weekend we were shortening it up. And I had just finished sawzawing his frame. And I'm on one side, he's on the other. The rear of the frame, pops up. And I was like, all right. I look at my dad. I said, Dad, you know what? I've been thinking a lot about this. I don't think we should shorten the truck.
Now, is that, do they recommend shortening or not shortening? I mean, I haven't shortened a truck yet, so do you kind of mess up the stability of the truck doing that or what?
No, not really. It's all, just really purely aesthetic. A lot of folks love the short bed. I actually thought about shortening my green truck up, but you know what? It's just the green truck is just so good. It has just a great paint finish on it still with all the original paint. I just can't pull myself to cut that one up, to be honest.
Yeah. What's the next project for either you or Dad?
You know what? So my dad, he's pretty much done, with the big projects. He's not done buying vehicles. Listen,
I saw that. What? It was a cream color Malibu or something he bought.
Yeah, he bought that. Yeah,
he's look at what followed me home.
Exactly. Yeah. So
It was funny, Rich. I came home, or I was home. I was out in the garage, and my neighbor. We've been looking at this car for 10 years, drooling every time he walked by, and he's had it for 20. And he drove by, and I saw the for sale sign in the back window, and oh my God! So he stopped and said hi, and I said, "What are you doing? I thought you'd get buried in this thing." He goes, "Yeah, well, we got his wife has some health issues and things, so I got to start liquidating this stuff." So I said, "Okay," and so I went inside, and Kathy was inside doing stuff and she's getting ready to go ride her horse. And I said, "Hey, guess what? Ken just went by with a for sale sign in the Chevelle. And she looked at me, she said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No." So where'd he go? I said, "He went down to the store, he'll be right back."
Did you get the wife okay?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you get the okay from the wife?
Did you get the okay from mom?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I just told her about it, and she literally, Rich, she stood in the window, waited for him to come back, and then ran in the office, got a checkbook, ran down, 2 doors down, and drove home with that damn car.
She did? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of town and ride a horse. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think your passion's, rubbing off on Kathy there.
It's very contagious, that's for sure. So they had called me at home. It was both of them on the phone. They said, "Hey, Anthony." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" They said, "Hey, are you guys home?" I was like, "Yeah, we're home." It's like, "All right, your mom and I are coming over." And I'm like, and I just chuckled myself, like, "All right." So immediately I go out to the front garage. I open the door. I crack open a beer, and I'm sitting on the trunk lid of my '67 Chevelle, waiting for them because I know they bought this Chevelle. I've
Yeah.
known them for 42 years. So I'm sitting in the
Yeah.
garage, sitting on the trunk of my Chevelle, and sure enough, here they come, roll around in a '64 SS Chevelle 4-speed with a 383 in it.
Now, is that like take you back a dime or what?
Well, what was that, Rich? Sorry, you broke up there for a second.
No, for your dad, does it take you and Kathy back in time having that car?
Having those cars that take you back in time. No. No.
Make you kind of like feel like a teenage kid, going to the sock hop or something?
No, it's been fun. Like I say, she's really the muscle car girl in the group. Now Anthony is too. He's got a really nice Chevelle. But I've kind of gotten away from those. I used to be an old gangster car guy. I had a 39 Chevy. I had a 39 Chevy 4-door Master Deluxe. That was the baddest car in town. All Corvette running gear, slammed on the ground, and it was black as the ace of spades. And I lived on a dirt road. Oh boy, was that fun!
Bet you had to wash that like every other day.
I had to wash it. That was child labor.
Oh, okay. I did that too. I did that. There's something about dads, man. I think every dad got every dad's phone number.
Right.
So, going forward, what do you think the next 5 years looks like for you and Dad?
You know what? He's been talking about wanting to get like an old step van and hot rod in a step van. So that might be in the future. Yeah. For me right now, it's just enjoy the 70, drive the heck out of the Chevelle, go ahead and probably airbag the 53.5 window my wife drives, and get this 70 Duster on the road. There's a lot of plans for sure next few years, that's for sure. And then I'm gonna have to get a bigger place.
Yep. I was you are you sitting here in my studio or what? I was gonna ask you, do you have a big enough garage, or do you have a man cave? Do you have you don't have a she shed, do you have a man cave? Do you have like a garage mahal, or do you plan to?
You know what? We both are fortunate to have some property out here in Las Vegas, and that's a rarity, honestly. So we both have our 20 by 30 garages.
Okay.
I always talked about building a mezzanine up on top of mine and making like a little man cave. The couch, the pool table, and the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the high ceilings for the lift I have back there. But right now, that is just the working man's, blue collar garage where we just get things done, get them fixed, and out the door, enjoy them. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you heard one of our lives, but my all-time thing, your dad knows I want to open a C10 America build shop and build C10 trucks. But
okay.
I was talking about having a mezzanine, up above, and putting the magazine and putting like a big window where the podcast table is up there. So everybody down in the shop could look up and see who I'm like interviewing, on the podcast.
That would be amazing. That really would be. No, that'd be great.
And then down below we have, some bend pack, lifts and all that.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
like 3 or 4 guys working on trucks. And I'm up there like talking to Chip Foos or something.
Right.
But
yeah, that's like the ultimate goal for sure. That'd be pretty awesome.
I only have one problem.
What's that?
Money.
Right. I mean, that's a universal
It's
for
a
everyone, for sure.
small problem, but I can get by it. Anyways, we're at 49 after, but I have a thing I want to do. It's called the quick fire round real quick. I ask you, a couple of things, and I ask you two things, and you tell me one of the two things. Let's start. Short bed or long bed?
Ooh, short bed.
Small block or LS?
LS.
Manual or automatic?
Third pedal.
Lowered or lifted?
Lowered.
Chrome or black wheels?
Black wheels.
Favorite truck color?
Blue.
Dream road trip?
Road trip.
Favorite shop snack?
Doritos.
Favorite gas station snack?
Butterfinger.
And then the last one, what is your biggest pet peeve in the garage?
Cleanliness.
And then let's see here. Who usually finishes a project first? You or your dad?
Myself.
Yourself?
Yep.
And then, for everybody out there listening, if they want to follow your builds, follow you and your dad, where can they find you guys at?
You know what? I was thinking about doing like an Instagram page or something, but you could just find us on Facebook, to be honest. That's probably the quickest and easiest in C10 America there under Dan Jackson and Anthony Jackson.
Can I give you an idea? I think I told Dan in our live, but I'll tell you, you and your dad should do a podcast.
Well, yeah. We could actually fix up his garage and do like a little studio out there. He just put the air conditioning in there.
Well, not that heat out there in Vegas. I'd be needing air out there, but that'd be awesome. Do a podcast and I have the ultimate name, the Dynamic Duo Podcast. You and your dad.
Dynamic Duo. Heck yeah. No, we could definitely probably run with that for sure.
The Dynamic Duo. Matter of fact, we're not live on Facebook, but this will be up tomorrow on Spotify, and then the recorded version will be on Facebook. But I made a YouTube thumbnail, and it has that picture of you and your dad with your hands on like the front of the engine, I think, yes, on his truck. Was that yours or his?
That's his. That was in his garage. That was before we put the front end on.
With the kind of orange wall, that's his shop back there?
Yep. Yeah. It's see, back a little bit ago, they were really big into Harley Davidsons.
Okay.
And that's where the orange came from. Yes.
Okay. And then, that picture that it has your truck and your dad's truck backed in together? Well,
oh yes.
I asked your dad tonight, I'm doing a podcast cover, so I need a picture of you and Anthony and the picture of your trucks. So I did this awesome bitchin' cover and made it into a thumbnail and all that. And this is the Dynamic Duo. And I
love it.
It's this Dan Jackson, the dad, Anthony Jackson, the son. And this is episode number 204. So your episode is 204 on Spotify.
Got it. Okay. Awesome.
So we're going to get out of here, but is there anything else you and your dad want to share with us?
No, it's been great talking to you. I know we've talked for a long time about getting together and doing this little thing with Anthony. And I appreciate your time, and that picture you made up for the podcast is unbelievable. It's great.
And I just want to thank you, Rich, for running the C10 America and doing all this stuff for everyone out there, all the fellow truck owners, and the webs or the Facebook page. It's really great. A lot of great people on there. So thanks for putting all that time in there and putting it together for us. It's a great page.
Do you realize 3.5 years ago we started C10 America with 0 members?
Yeah. So where are we at right now?
88.6 thousand.
Wow. That's crazy. In just 3 years of time, that's something right there. That's amazing.
And guy, it's crazy. Everybody, they're like emailing me and they're texting me, they're contacting me on Facebook. They want to be in the damn magazine. And before it was like trying to pull teeth, trying to get people to be in the magazine. Now they're, hunting me down. They have like maybe a $50,000, $200,000, $100,000 truck, and they're saying, "Hey, do you think my truck is good enough to be in your magazine?"
I think any truck that someone puts their time into and enjoys what they're doing is deserving of anything like that, for sure.
Well, yeah, like I even told your dad, in a live, there was a guy that, I put a post up, show me your awesome C10s. And this one guy put a post up, and it was only, I think, the cab on the frame. He had no like fenders on it. He had no, bed, nothing on there. And then he put a comment up. He's all, mine's not awesome, but hopefully one day it will. Well, I commented back to the guy and I said, "No, you're wrong. Your truck is awesome. Every truck in this group is awesome."
Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter how much money is into something, it's just, if it's your passion, it's your vehicle, you love it, everyone else can appreciate it,
Yep, I totally hear that. Hey, before we go, can you give our listeners something kind of to maybe, think about, something to close out the podcast? It's all you.
I would say do what you want in this life. Do what you're passionate for. Spend time with the family and cherish everything.
Right on. That's awesome. I want to thank you guys. Again, that you guys, you're awesome. You totally support us. You come in. Hey, Dan's almost in there all the time. In the lives and stuff. And congrats on the new job and all that. So you can keep all this. Your hobby. But thank you guys. Have a great night, and this will be up on Spotify tomorrow evening. All right?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rich. We really appreciate it, man.
No problem. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye.
Okay. It's been fun.
Hey, guys. That was our buddies, Anthony Jackson and, Dan Jackson out there in Las Vegas. Thank you guys so much. We're right at, 8:58. It's going to 9 o'clock. We're going to take and get out of here in a minute here. But first, I got to pay some bills real quick. Then we'll take and we'll play a song, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
When it comes to putting power to the pavement, you don't cut corners. You build it right. You build it strong. For over 50 years, Boss Hog Torque Converters out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, has delivered dependable performance to hard-working builders across America. This isn't big box work. This is real craftsmanship built by people who live horsepower every day. Led by Nelson Gill, a name you can count on. Street, strip, or heavy haul. Boss hog torque converters are built to handle it. No shortcuts, no nonsense, just torque that delivers. Call today, 888-267-7464. Or stop by 2817 East Avalon Avenue, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Boss Hog Torque Converters. Boss Hog Torque Converters, built for the working man, driven by legacy.
I remember the mornings, loading up your new Ford truck, camper on the back, chasing mountain love. The road was our ribbon, winding through the pines. Every mile with you was a moment frozen in time. You told me the story of the monkey riding in the elephant's ear. I still hold that one near. With my core gun out the window, keeping bad guys away. My mini bike tied to the back of the camper, it was the only way. We were off on adventures, rolling into the night. There were San Isabel's waters, Lake Dewey's in the sun, Arkansas River where the rapids like to run. You'd hand me light your pipe, let me sip your beer. Those are the memories I'll always keep near. Fishing with Grandpa was the only way for me. The fire would crackle, the stars filled the sky. You taught me about living, though you never tried. Every cast of the line, every laugh we shared. As a young boy, I always thought you would be there. You taught me more about love than the words you declare. There were San Isabel's waters, Lake Dewey's in the sun, Arkansas River where the rapids like to run. You hand me your pipe, you let me sip your beer. Those are the memories I'll always hold near. Fishing with Grandpa was the only life for me. Now the lake sits still and I sit alone, but I hear your voice in the water's tone. I miss you and love you, I'll see you someday, and we'll fish again where the skies never fade. Your San Isabel's waters, Lake Dewey's in the sun, Arkansas River where the rapids like to run. I'll carry your stories till my dying